You're listening to the Cat Breeder Sensei Says podcast. In this episode, we're going to be talking about what to expect when your queen is expecting. So let's listen to that right after this short message.
Do you want to learn how to become a successful breeder of pedigree cats? Now you can. For the first time ever, enroll in an online training course that takes you step by step through everything you need to know to get on the right track. Visit catbreedersensei.com to sign up today and use code podcast21 to get $25 off.
Okay, this episode is actually inspired by true events. Mallory is my daughter, and she has her very own queen named Monroe. And Monroe was a first-time mom, and she just had kittens on October the 19th. So it made me think about all of the things that we do to prepare for kitten delivery, and especially for first-time moms, because we just aren't sure how they're going to act until it's actually playing out right in front of our eyes. So with first-time moms, I don't trust them. I just, I've had a couple that, two moms, in fact, that were not very good birthers. They were stressed out about labor, about delivery. They wanted to growl and, nip at their kittens and have kittens in the litter box, etc. Just a couple that weren't cut out to be moms. I mean, it's just the way it is sometimes. So I know that with first-time moms, you just don't know what to expect. So hopefully this podcast that you're listening to can help you prepare a little better for moms, no matter what happens, no matter what scenario comes up, because so many things can go. So if it's a first-time mom and she's never delivered a litter of kittens before, then you're not going to know how she's going to behave. You may think because of her temperament she's going to be one way, and then she totally trips out and surprises you. So make sure that if it's a first-time mom, you know her due date, and you're kind of hanging around so that you can be present when she's delivering her kittens. Now, some people, like me, like to be present for all of the kitten deliveries, and then sometimes they just lay one on you and surprise you and have them in the middle of the night. Now, that's always fun, to wake up to the sound of meowing babies, and that's exactly what happened to Mallory. We watched Monroe for 3 or 4 days straight, just staring at her all the time. I would go over there to her house and we'd be like, okay, yeah, she's going to go today, and nothing. And she was watching her on the Wise camera, constantly checking in. And, she surprised her by going into labor in the middle of the night, which, wouldn't you know. Mallory's first litter and Monroe's first litter. So that was fun. So for first-time moms, just, try to hang around so that you can be there. Wise cameras are great, too, to be able to check in and see what the moms are doing, and go running in there into wherever she's having her kittens if you have to. So let's discuss some of the things that you can do to prepare your mom, whether first-time or not. This isn't all about first-time moms, for the delivery of her kittens. So you want to prepare a space for her. A space can be a whole entire bedroom that is designated for her, or it can be a birthing tent or a birthing box. It's totally up to you. I prefer to have my moms in a bedroom by themselves. And in the bedroom, they have a birthing tent or a birthing box that is prepared for them. That's where they can have their kittens. In the box is usually small, maybe 36 to 42 inches wide. And I cover it with a blanket to make it dark. And they can come and go out of the box as they wish. They're not locked in there by any means. In the box is just some blankets and some puppy pads, and I do make sure that it is private and, tucked away so that she feels safe. That's what moms want when they're getting ready to deliver their kittens. They want to feel safe. They want their kittens to feel safe. So a nice dark spot, little cozy area is preferable. Does not mean that she's going to use that space that you prepare for her. She may decide to have them in the middle of the floor or in the cat tree, or if she's a free roamer in your home, in the middle of your bed. So you just never know what they decide to do when they're, in the middle of labor and delivery. Well, Monroe has also a room to herself, and she had a little birthing box set up. It's actually an adorable birthing box that Mallory did a IKEA hack on, and it's how she did that is on our website in our blog, catbreedersensei.com. Just go for the DIY birthing box. It's amazing. So she had that all set up for Monroe with her puppy pads and some blankets, some fuzzy blankets from Five Below. And it was covered with a little cover, so it was dark, and she was all ready for this. So I told Mallory, make sure the litter box is clean, because sometimes they'll decide to have them in the litter box, and we don't want boo-boo on the babies. So that's pretty important too, because sometimes moms freak out, and for some reason they go to the litter box. I don't know why. Maybe it's soft and mushy in there. I don't know. From the litter, they think it's like nature. I don't know. But so prepare the space for your mom, and encourage her to get in it and have her kittens, and say, come on, get in your box, and rub her belly and stuff. And you can observe her like in the last few days before she delivers, and see if she likes her box, if she likes her birthing area that you've created for her. She'll get in it, and she'll start spending more time in there, resting in there, making biscuits in there, and nesting in there. So you'll see her digging, like she's trying to dig a hole in her little birthing area. That's instinctual for them to do that. Some signs of pre-labor. You can look for her mucus plug to come out. That can come out anywhere from 1 to 5 days before she delivers kittens. She will start spending more time in her birthing box or hiding in little spots, quiet spots. They do become more affectionate, and they seem to be more vocal, a little more chatty. They seem to purr a little bit more than they normally would. And I do notice they like to, get on their back, and they want you to rub their bellies. They want you to know that they have babies coming. And now, of course, not every mom is going to do this, but this is just kind of some of the things that I noticed during pre-labor. I will also see that they, are having a hard time really getting some good sleep in. They're kind of irritated and agitated. Mainly that's like 24 hours before delivery. I think that they can feel contractions, and they definitely know labor is coming long before we do. So they're just preparing mentally. And they also lick their stomach a lot. So that's definitely one of the signs that is imminent that labor is coming. They will lick their stomach. It's different than if they are cleaning themselves type of lick. They're just lick, 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 lick on their stomach. So if you have a mom that panics, because some of them will panic, that's when they want to flee the box. They're usually doing fine until the first kitten is on its way out, and then they're like, I'm not doing this, I'm out of here, and they'll try to leave their box. And it's okay, you just encourage them to get back in the box, and pick them up and be like, it's okay, it's just a baby coming, you can do it. And once they have their first kitten in their birthing box, then they're there for the rest of the duration. They don't try to get out. Well, kind of the opposite happened with Monroe. She was in her birthing box, and Mallory discovered all of this on the Wise camera, because remember, Monroe had her kittens in the middle of the night, somewhere starting around 4 o'clock in the morning. So she was able to watch the playback and see that she started to deliver a kitten in her birthing box, and then changed her mind. She probably got into the flight mode and said, I'm out of here. Got out of the box with the baby hanging out about halfway, and went into the cat tree and got into the little cubby hole, and she delivered her kitten in there. She ate the placenta just like she should have, and then she decided she was going to get back into the birthing box. And she left her newborn kitten in the cat tree, and Mallory was not awake at this time. But she did hear the kittens, because Monroe proceeded to deliver a few more kittens, and she heard the kittens crying. It woke Mallory up, and that's when she discovered the lonely kitten in the cat tree. It was alive, and she picked it up and, warmed it up a little bit and put it back in with Monroe. And Monroe delivered the rest of her kittens in her baby box, which she had a total of 6 of them. Now, at the end of her delivery, she got tired, and she was not cleaning the kittens up. So Mallory did have to assist her in that way and clean the babies up. She did eat all the placentas though, so that was good. One thing Monroe did that was a little different was she stood up the whole time. Like, she wasn't relaxed at all, and while she was having her kittens, she was standing up the whole time and not caring for her kittens, and she was not cleaning them. Once she cleaned them once they were born, but after that, she left them alone, and she was not interested in them during delivery at all. So I told Mallory, just let her deliver everybody, and she'll come around, and she did. But she just didn't want to have anything to do with them while she was in labor. So when you have a mom that does that, it's a good idea to have a heating disc or a heating pad just to keep the babies warm while the mom is delivering the rest of the kittens, because she doesn't snuggle with them at all. She just was like, I'll get to them later, and she just stood up the whole time. Another thing, I know it's gross, but another thing that cats will do when they're in pre-labor is diarrhea. I guess it's nature's way of getting their system ready so they don't poop on their babies when they're pushing, maybe like humans. So diarrhea is kind of inevitable for pre-labor. So you can always do a hygiene trim and just clip the back of their legs and around their private areas just to keep it clean, especially if they're really fuzzy cats or furry like Maine Coons or Ragdolls. And you can also do a little shave around their nipples so that the babies don't have a hard time finding the nipple. Like, some people do that, some people don't. I do it depending on the mom. Sometimes the mom, if she's easily to mat, then after a month of nursing, she tends to have like mats around her nipple hair. It's from the kittens just always nuzzling in there. So I'll just help her by just pre-shaving before she has her kittens. I'll do that before, maybe 2 or 3 days before her due date. You want to have on hand some calcium supplements. You can get that from Breeder's Edge. They also sell it on Amazon. They have an Amazon store. And once you see contractions starting with your mom, you can administer 1 milliliter of calcium supplement and then 1 milliliter after each kitten is born. This just helps keep the mom's energy level up and helps shorten the duration of her labor and delivery time. So just get some calcium and have it on hand for your next labor and delivery. Now, once all the kittens were born, Monroe did settle down and relax, and she was nursing her kittens and cleaning them as well. But as Mallory weighed the kittens every day, she discovered that they weren't gaining as much weight as we would like for them to. So we like to see 0.3 to 0.5 ounces on a daily basis as weight gain. So she did assist Monroe by supplementing the kittens for a few days until her milk supply came in. And that's not unusual. So just make sure that you are weighing the kittens every day around the same time to make sure that they are gaining the weight that they should. And once you see that are gaining weight, you can go a day without the supplements and then weigh them again and just make sure that they stay on track. So your new mom is settling into her new life. It may certainly take her 5 minutes to adjust to her new litter of kittens, and it might take her 5 days. They're all different. But the key for you is to be patient and to let nature do what it's supposed to do and not panic. Just keep an eye on the babies, make sure they're gaining weight and they're looking healthy, and that she's keeping them clean and doing her booty duty, making sure they're going to the restroom, because that will cause problems for the babies as well. And then keep her little nest clean, change out her pads as often as needed, and you will see cats make very wonderful moms. They take care of a litter of kittens like it's nothing. I mean, it's 24-hour round-the-clock work for them. It just may take time for some of them to adjust, a little bit longer than the rest. So hopefully this can help you prepare for your first litter of kittens or for your next litter. No matter where you're at in your journey, it's always a pretty awesome one. If you would like more information, if you are new to this and you need help preparing even more on your journey as a pedigree cat breeder, that's what our course is for. Just go to our website, catbreedersensei.com, and look for the complete guide to breeding pedigree cats. It gets you completely ready for your journey, all the way from buying your breeding cats to mating, pregnancy, delivery, and raising your entire litter of kittens, and seeing them off to their new homes. So check it out. It's an awesome course, and you can even earn your certificate of completion and display it on your website once you're done. Thanks for listening to this episode, and I hope you guys are making good choices out there, and we'll see you guys later. Bye.